All right, guys, how's it going? Today I want to talk about the pros and cons and some of the benefits of driving a cheap, crappy car. I want to talk about some quality of life things, some financial things, and some maintenance things. So in terms of quality of life, if you have a really nice car, you're going to want to take care of that car. If you really care about having a nice, clean, shiny car, you're going to spend a lot of money maintaining it and keeping it nice. And then when you clean your car and it looks really nice, you're going to be paranoid about, oh my God, it's going to get scratched, or someone's going to ding it, or oh, it got dirty again, I got to wash it all over again. That's so much time and effort. When you have a beater car, you don't have to worry about that. I bought this car broken down from a field worker in not running condition, and it was filthy. The dirt hid the scratches, but now that I have it, it's like scratch here, scratch here, scratch here. You know, the bumper's falling off. Like it looks bad, but I don't care because that's how it was when I got it. It was pre-scratched, so I didn't have to worry about getting the first scratch on the car. And if something else happens to it, you know, I don't give a crap. It's already ruined. What else could go wrong? I remember when I was 20 years old and I bought my Tesla brand new. It was the first new car I'd ever had. I really wanted to keep it nice. And I remember it had like 500 miles on it, and I got on the highway and I was behind this truck that was just dropping rocks. It had been off road and a bunch of rocks, and a rock hit right in the center of the windshield, and I freaked out. I was so pissed, and I had my dad with me, and I was like, I gotta get that guy's license plate. He's gonna pay for a new windshield. This car's brand new. And my dad's like, calm down. Like, this is the first of many scratches you're gonna get on this car. And he was right. My car now has 85,000 miles on it, and it's pretty beat up looking. And so this car having 225,000 miles on it, it's not gonna get any better. This is it, this is the way she is, and it's only downhill from here. And that kind of acceptance of your car being in rough condition has a great peace of mind to it, because, you know, when you go to a shopping center, right, someone could door ding you with their door, they could have a shopping cart roll into, some idiot could, you know, just back into you and hit your car, and this has already been backed into several times. I mean, like, you know, just fix that right up. It's like, what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna fix it. So if someone hits it again, it's like, oh well, you know, whatever, it happens. It's not a big deal. Along with that is maintenance and upkeep of things. This car had bubbling window tint back here. Now, if this was my Tesla, I would go pay to have it professionally removed and reinstalled. But because this car was $2,000, I'm not paying for window tint. So I just got in my car in the boiling heat, spraying chemicals all over it, trying to stick trash bags to it. The side windows came out pretty good, but I couldn't really reach the bottom of it. And this looks terrible, and I hate this. But when I'm driving, I can now actually see out of the back window. It's not a bubbly, hazy mess, and I don't really care. The whole point of the window is to see out of it, and I can now see out of it. This looks terrible, but you know, what are you gonna do? Now let's talk about some financial stuff. So let's talk about car insurance, okay? My Tesla is about $300 a month for car insurance. That's full coverage. It's an expensive car. You gotta have full coverage on it. This car, being a beater piece of crap, I only have liability coverage on it. It's like $49 a month. I just don't care. If something happens to it, oh well, you know, it's on me. I paid cash for it. There's no finance on it, so I don't need to have full coverage. Obviously, I have coverage if I cause an accident, hit somebody else. My insurance will pay for their damages, but I'm holding the bag for my own car. And with that, because this is a cheap car, it takes regular gas. If you want to drive a really fancy gas car, they probably want premium in those cars. You got a turbocharged engine or a big V8 or something like that, they're going to want premium with anything with high horsepower. But this being a slow little 4-cylinder car with under 200 horsepower, regular gas, it's affordable. And even though this thing is drinking oil, it is cheaper oil to put in this car. And so it's not that big of a deal to do an oil change on a little 4-cylinder car, because it's not even 5 quarts of oil. So any quick lube oil change place, they usually have deals of 5 quarts or under for smaller engines. You can get those deals. If you have a large V8 truck or something, you got to pay extra for that stuff because it's a lot more oil that goes into them. And let's talk about maintenance. When I got this car, it was very neglected. It had bad engine mounts, bad sway bar links. I bought the sway bar end links for $17, and the engine mounts were $65 on Amazon. Granted, the quality of the parts was not great, and I did have some issues installing them, but the car's back up and running again with the new mounts, and it didn't cost me that much. And it was pretty simple to work on because it's an older, simpler car. I mean, if I had to do that in my Tesla, which I have had to replace suspension links in my car before, that's expensive because you got to buy special parts, you got to take it to a shop, they got to press the bearings in, so I don't have a bearing press. It's way more expensive to work on a newer, more expensive car than it is these cheap beater cars. And also tires. Like, this car just takes regular all-season Michelin Defenders. These are 840 treadwears, dude. These things are like rocks. They will last forever. And they're cheaper to buy too because they're only 16-inch wheels. Where my Tesla, dude, those tires, it's like $1,000 a set, and they do not last very long. And if you have a European luxury car, a European sports car, or just any other kind of sports car that's driving around, it probably has a staggered wheel setup where the back tires are larger than the front tires, because if it's a rear-wheel drive car, you want more grip in the rear. You have larger wheels in the back, and so when you have a mismatched set of tires, you can't rotate those tires. You can't put your larger ones on the front and the small ones in the back, so your tires won't even last as long because you can't rotate them. This car, I rotated them myself. It cost me nothing to do. I just jacked it up, took them off, and swapped them around. Another thing is, since this car is older, I'm able to upgrade and customize it. So when I got this, the radio was just shattered and it didn't work. I couldn't even use the screen. So I got this head unit from iDoing. I made a video about it. If you want to check it out, I got the link down below. But it's this awesome Apple CarPlay head unit. And now this 2014 car, which Apple CarPlay didn't even exist when the car came out, now has a big 10-inch screen with Apple CarPlay, and it works great. And because it's an aftermarket radio, it has a loud mode, so the speakers actually bump way harder than the stock system ever could imagine, because it has an extra amplifier in it. So I was able to upgrade this car all by myself very easily, and I didn't have to pay a shop or just buy a new car because I wanted a new sound system. I was able to fix it up myself. One of the best parts is that since I don't care at all about this bumper because it's in horrible condition, I can hit parking curbs with it, and it's not a big deal. I can get as close as I want to the edge of a curb. If you're pulling into a spot at a restaurant or something, you could just run that plastic bumper right over and not worry about it. If you have a really nice car, like a Corvette or something low, you don't want to hit that. That's why a lot of guys back into spots. They don't hit their front bumper on something. But the number one reason why I love driving a crappy car is that if you have a nice car, it makes your nice car feel so much nicer. Because this car only has 170 horsepower and it's super slow and the transmission slips and it's kind of a crappy driving experience. But when I get in my Tesla with 450 horsepower and 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, it feels amazing. Because we as humans, it's very easy to get complacent and bored with what we have right now. Even if what we have right now is something really nice and we don't need more, it's very easy for me to be like, oh, I've had my Tesla 4 years, I'm kind of bored of it. You know, it's the same thing every day, I want something new. So instead of getting a new expensive experience, I got a new cheap experience. Buying this car scratched my boredom with cars itch. It allowed me to work on a car again. It allowed me to drive it in a way that I just don't care. It's honestly been a lot of fun buying a crappy car that I don't care about. And I appreciate this car because every mile I'm putting on this car, I'm not putting on my nice car. This is saving my tires and my brakes and my suspension from all the bumps and road abuse that a car takes every day. And I'd rather put those abusive miles on the crappy car. And then when I'm just out doing stuff for fun for me, or going on a nice drive to a scenic place, then I can enjoy my nice car even more. Because in the future, I'd love to have a lowered Corvette. That'd be so cool to have a Corvette, right? But I don't want to take a Corvette through a drive-through and just drive it every day. The tires on a Corvette are so expensive. They got super wide tires in the back, and I don't want to run through those things every day. I'd rather, drive this to work and commute in it, and then just, go have fun on the weekends. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on daily driving a beater car, the pros and cons of it. If you have any comments, leave them down below. I love reading them. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the week. Thanks, guys.